Okay, welcome to another video. I thought I'd do a little bit of a video of the aftermath, if you want to call it that, of a track day. See if I had any issues, also after I've had another look around the car. The only one that I had on the day was towards the end of the last session. I was getting quite a bit of spatter from my old catch can coming up on the top of the car there. So, but I've got this catch can that I've got here is a really cheap one. You can see I've just bodged it on like, you know, Billy Basic. This is literally just an open catch can. There's no baffles in it or anything like that. So that's an easy fix, and it didn't really bother the car. The rest of it, anything less from the aftermath, absolutely no issues with it at all. If your car's set up right, you don't go out there and hammer the sessions like half an hour long stints, although I did do a couple of 20-25 minute stints. Absolutely fine. Tyres are, I'll show the front, so these were part ones to start with. These had already done 3 track days, so we've still got enough on there. And Blighton is an anti-clockwise circuit, so your right tyre takes most of the heat there. Rears were brand new, so they're fine. Didn't develop any knocking. The flat floor, that all worked perfectly. See if you can just see underneath there. Not very good. See if I can get grab a torch, get you some. There we go. It's flat floor. There you go. Worked absolutely perfect. No issues at all. Actually saved me at one point. I had a really big spin through and bumped over the curb and bumped through some grass, and I think if that had been an aluminium flat floor as opposed to the galvanised one that I've got at the minute, we'd have probably ripped it off and would have been in all sorts of trouble. But would have been a bit heavy and a bit more robust. It adds about 20 kilos to the car. I'm not really bothered about those sorts of weight increases with the kind of power figures I'm aiming for. Car performed really well on the day. Keeping up and passing most things. It's just a couple of cars there quicker on the day. Had some really fun battles with some much more powerful cars and some other lightweight cars as well. That were there was 2 lovely Elises there, were both K swapped. Had really nice K swaps. Had a few battles with them. I must have the car set up quite well suspension wise, because they were both of them commented that in the corners, this just was much quicker. So you know, that shout out to Crisp Tuning. That's probably down to their alignment. So we've got 3.5 degrees of camber on the 3 degrees of camber on the rear, 3.5 on the front, 0.1 inch toe in on the rear, 0 toe on the front. I have played with my coilover settings quite a bit. So I've got quite a bit of rake on the car now. So the flat floor measures 55mm from the ground at the front and 75mm from the ground at the rear. So I've got a bit of rake to help get the air through. What I did notice on the day that I had quite a bit of more understeer than what I'd noticed in the past, but it was a reasonably damp day most of the day. We didn't really get out on track where it was properly dry. So I think when we swap the engine over the winter, we'll develop a front splitter for it and see how that sorts that out. Because I think with the flat floor and rear diffuser, I'm probably a bit biased towards rear end grip now. And you know, we'll have a look at play tyres, and maybe we won't cheap out, we won't mismatch next time. Okay, so I've got more and more people asking to know more about what's going on inside the engine bay on this one. So quickly talk you through. Engine wise, turbo conversion, right, so standard 1ZZ FE block, it's not been opened up, no nothing, standard internals, standard crank rods, pistons, everything. So externally we've got a, it's one of the cheap cast manifolds, but it's actually done really well. It's on a T3 flange, so I've had to convert it down with a sandwich plate, you can see down there, for my turbo. My turbo is a TD04, just got a bit of torch on there. Turbo is a TD04 15T, originally meant for a Saab turbo. It's brand new eBay purchase. There's a company local to me that make these turbos refurbished, but they had some new stock in. Injectors behind here are Monkey Wrench Racing 630cc injectors. Nothing else done with the fuel rail at all, it's all standard. Got the eBay charge cooler core. I think these are about 150 quid. Hoses are from Auto Silicon Hoses. What else we've got? All catch can, eBay cheap job, PCV and breather both breathe into there, go to atmosphere. The exhaust is, so I some of my own bodgification stroke welding figures there. 2.5 inch downpipe. Then we go straight to goes down round, then into a Malian cat. Gets a Malian cat, goes all the way around, back up, goes through a resonator there, then bumper exit through there. You'll notice the I've got a exhaust clamp on that rubber there. That's to just bring the exhaust up a little bit more, just so I can put a little bit more rake on the diffuser. Charge cooler setup I have in the front. I've got the Bosch pump, the one that most people use. Comes on the Range Rover Sport. I think the Jaguar. There's a Jaguar that uses it as well. Then up to a eBay swirl pot, where in fact it comes through the charge cooler first, then into the eBay swirl pot, then back down again. There's a Fiat Cinquecento or Fiat 500 style small radiator at the front. Pipes run straight through the centre of the car underneath, and then they just come up right about here. Got sandwich plate oil cooler. Get a bit more light in there. Sandwich plate oil cooler. That comes down from there, then up, and that keeps my temps pretty low. Was rare that I was over into triple figures on the day, so I think temperatures helped on the day. The only thing I did notice on the day that my swirl pot, the water in there was very warm towards the end of sessions, so I'm not sure whether that was just from getting in, stopping the car, keeping the car running, and just not having any airflow through the radiator at front, because I don't have a fan on it. Because I'm not bothered if I get hot sitting in traffic. It's not built for sitting in traffic. So, but I may put a fan on a switch in there in the future, just for when I'm sitting in paddock and letting the car cool down. So, yeah, that's where we are.